Good news, Marsha's alive now, and I put Naesala in a preferable spot. Bad news, this guy's still here. So I think what happened before was that I just took too long. Yeah, simple as that. Now, as long as I keep him around, I should just be able to provoke him this way. So really I just need to attack them, but what's the best way to do that? Well, still have this. And I still have these two to consider as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a level up last time. Or, not last time, but when I was retracing my steps to get back here. One, two, three, four. Doesn't matter, she's in range anyway. You, King Kilvis, why have you decided to make the Lagoos your enemy? Wanted to Barnes flock, huh? You're his ears, if I'm not mistaken. Why did you sell Prince Reyson to a Beork? You Hawks rescued Reyson, didn't you? So everything worked out in the end. What's the problem? Would you repeat your words to Prince Reyson himself? Reyson is here? Here? Why? The Beork leading this army helped him to escape Serenus Forest. Helped him? Are you saying that a human came to the aid of Reyson, a Lagoos? That is what I said. He also rescued Princess Liane. Liane is alive? She was asleep for all these years. The forest protected her. The voices brought the forest back to life. Of course, that's how. Why don't you try speaking to Prince Reyson? If you do that, King Tavarn's rage will burn less brightly. Tavarn's rage, eh? There you have it. Now just make sure you don't get in his way. And I'll be hunky-dory dandy. You know what? I can make this work still. Chant here. Because this guy is still pretty far away. Yeah. Let me double check the damage on this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good. Scratch one ballista. And fortunately, when we don't have to count for the Raven ranges anymore, because Naesala will always move first among them. It'll be Dane guys first, and then Ravens later. This soldier didn't even bother to move. That's funny. Condor Spire. In some alternate reality, anyway. That's fine. Nice level. just in case I miss. There, all cleaned up. Reyson! Hey, Reyson, look at you. You look shot, kid. Go away. Oh, so you can talk. You... How dare you show your face to me? Well, I have been called brazen before. Some have gone so far to say shameless. Come on, at least let me give you a reason. Be gone! My ears are close to you. Reyson, we're friends, are we not? Oh yes, friends. In fact, we're such good friends that you sold me to that wretched sack of lard. I didn't really sell you. Besides, I planned on rescuing you right away. You were just impatient and flew away on your own, so... Are you blaming me? No. Well, maybe. I mean, it was I who was in the wrong, on all accounts. No one was hurt in the end. Come on, smooth those ruffled feathers, alright? Yenna's alive. Yes, Tabon's attendant told me. That's wonderful news. When he sees her face, I'm sure King Lorazile will begin to feel better at once. Things are really looking up, aren't they, Reyson? I suppose that if you hadn't deceived me and taken me to the forest, we might not have discovered her. So I will forgive you, just this once. Reyson, oh, that's with conditions. Will you accept them? What? What are they? Pull your troops from this battle, now, and never again enter into combat against your fellow Lagoos. Oh, come now, Reyson, that's asking too much. What will you do then? Will you continue to fight the Crimean army to which I'm in service? Very well, you win, Reyson. I'll leave and take my soldiers with me. Yet I cannot say what the future will bring. I have the fate of my nation to consider after all. Very well. So, we're friends again? Come to Calill for a visit, will you? Lucci will be so pleased. I'll do that. When this war is over, Leanne and I will both come. Oh, and as for Tabon, I'll speak with him. There's no need for you to worry. Thank you. Farewell, and watch yourself. This is war, you know. Oh, I almost forgot. I've got something for you. Called an I'm sorry present. Huh? What is this supposed to be? It's a human trinket. It's called a night ring. Something made by Bjork? Don't make such a disgusted face. I tried it and it appeared to be quite useful. Understood. I'll take it for now. Don't get killed, Reyson. If anything were to happen to you, Lucci would never let me hear the end of it. Naesala, thank you. If you made it this far without killing any of the ravens, you get a night ring. Listen to me, Darkwings. We of Kilvis are leaving. Turn at once and head for home. The ravens will all turn green and independent, and they'll try to escape. For each one that escapes, you'll get a chunk of BXP. Unfortunately, these three are too far away from any enemies to attack them, so it's good. It's very good. These four do not move. Like, at all. It's weird. I don't know why there's a random fighter up here, unless to counter whatever flyers you send up, but it's just one guy. It's so silly. Anyways, the Night Ring is an accessory that, when equipped, gives you the remove ability, much like how mounted units can do already, and it's really nice. Hey, look. Birds! So yeah, this chapter is basically over now. Kilvus has betrayed us? I think abandoned would be more accurate, but idiot, it's the same thing. Ugh! Cursed subhumans. We should never have trusted them. Exit left, right, and right again. Here's the Night Ring in action. See? Just like that. Really? You're gonna make me use a Silver Lance? Nah, whatever. Too far away. Can't be bothered. Yikes! Yeah, that crit ratio is going to be a problem. You have Adept as well. I can do this, though. It only counts as magic damage when I'm attacking from afar. Or, no, it's both ways, idiot. If you're gonna make me use Silver Lance, I'd rather do that on the boss. So, here goes. My sword is lightning. Do you think you can follow its dance? Dude, you're using wind. Get your elements in order. The shame. Well, that was easy. Well, easy enough anyway. We won, somehow. It's because you did an excellent job of driving off the ravens. Yeah, if we continued to fight them, we would have suffered more casualties than this. I must extend thanks to Reyson. My Lord Ike, I'm pleased to see you well. You haven't been injured, have you? Princess Calill, I'm fine. I'm unharmed. Oh, that's good. Ike, may I have a word? And if you don't mind, Princess Calill, would you join us as well? Please join me in that building. What could it be? Let's go see. This is... holy. Incredible, no? It's gold. All of it. Dane must be filthy rich. There's so much it doesn't even seem real. What do we do with it? It's the spoils of war, so naturally, it's ours. In that case, I'd like to borrow 50,000. Would that be alright? That's a lot of money. What are you planning on doing? It's a private matter. I apologize, Commander. You're not a child. There's no reason for me to pry. My Lord Ike, please use this gold for the mercenary company. Until now, I haven't had the resources to adequately pay them, so please. No, if I may borrow the 50,000, that'll be more than... He won't borrow it, he'll accept it, and in good faith. The remainder we'll give to Soren for company maintenance. Would that be alright, Princess Calill? Yes, of course. Right, we did have a little debt to settle, didn't we? But more on that later. General Petrine, please, General, I'm just a messenger. However, I have to tell you, I already heard you, dunderhead. I hated those filthy crows right from the start. Even so, to be betrayed in such a fashion, someone will pay for this. Oh, you certainly had your way with us, didn't you, Kilvus? But if you want to make an enemy of Dane, so be it. Once Gallia's fallen, we'll turn our attention to your puny nation and wipe it off the face of the world. Why are you still there? Do you find me amusing? Shall I make my lance dance for you? No, ma'am. No, never. Not at all. I beg your pardon. So sorry. I'll be going now. Dog's breath. I need something. A brilliant plan. If this continues much longer, the king will have my head. You wanted to see me? You've waited a long time. Take this. It's the gold you were promised. Finally scraped it together, huh? I'll gladly accept. Aren't you going to count it? There's no need. I'll trust you. Alright, then I'll take what's promised. The report you wrote for my father. There isn't one. What? There is no report. Never was. You lied to me? You exploited my need to know more about my father? There is something I must tell you. However, it could not be written down. It is too great of a secret for that. Your father told me to wait until I thought you were mature enough to hear it, and then to tell you myself. Mature? Then what was the 50,000 gold for? Ah, the gold. That was my idea. I thought it would be a good way to test how resourceful and responsible you were. Get started. I want to hear all of it. It's been a long time as Grail's hired shadow. A long time. I remained hidden from sight in case the day ever arrived that I needed to fulfill my contract. All that time for one job. What was it? If Grail were to ever go berserk, I was to stop him. I was to take his life. What? Actually, there was one other thing. If Grail were ever slain by his pursuers, I was to watch over his son and tell him Grail's secret at an appropriate time. That was my job. Berserk? What are you talking about? Why would you have to kill my father? Because of Laurent's medallion. What medallion? What are you talking about? The medallion your sister carries. Huh? That old bronze thing? I thought it was just a keepsake of my mother's. Are you telling me that it's something more? Grail told me it was an object of great peril, but nothing more. I did some investigating on my own, though, and what I discovered surprised me. Tell me. Laurent was one of the Heron clan, an ancestor of our Prince Reyson, who carried with him a bronze medallion. Long, long ago, a band of heroes defeated an evil god and imprisoned it therein. An evil god? Do you think this is funny? You are joking, aren't you? Unfortunately, I'm not. And I have no idea how the cursed thing came to be in Grail's possession. That being said, I do know that the men who wanted your father were actually seeking the medallion. Why they wanted it and what they planned to do with it, just thinking about it gives me chills. I'm finding all this a little hard to believe. You said the medallion was an object of great peril, didn't you? Why would my father allow Miss to carry it around? That doesn't make any sense. It's because she can carry it safely. Actually, she's the only one who can. If you want proof, think back. Have you ever once touched it? No, I haven't. A long time ago, I remember reaching out for it while Miss had it in her hand. My father scolded me harshly. After that, I assumed it was my sister's alone, and I never reached for it again. Compared to other people, the balance within your sister is extremely strong. Your mother, it seems, was the same. That's why they could bear it safely. The medallion is like a strong poison. It takes the worst aspects of a person and magnifies them 1,000-fold. Grail touched it only once, and it drove him to complete madness. So that's what he meant when he said he went berserk. That's right. Volke and Laguz are made up of two forces, balance and chaos. In this, there is no difference between us. It is the proportion of balance to chaos that determines how much the medallion affects a person. In that sense, it predicts how much harm that person might do. Your father was one of the preeminent swordsmen of his generation. That day, after he touched the medallion, 20 soldiers had come out from him. 20 highly trained killers. Your father barely broke a sweat cutting them down. Then he began attacking his neighbors. Those who had taken him in concealed his identity, called him friend. He slew them one by one until your mother rushed in, thinking only to save her husband from himself. And then... Yikes! It was over in an instant. Your mother grabbed the abdomen from his hand and stepped away from him. They say she smiled as he pulled the sword from her breast and gave him as her life's blood spilled into the street. My father killed my mother? No, that can't be! It was the medallion. Its power is too great for any man, even one of your father's caliber. Me, you, if either of us touched it, I'm certain that we both would have been consumed by madness. When your father regained his senses, he tracked me down. It seems he heard rumors of me some time before. He said he had needed someone like me, close-mouthed, skilled, and, most importantly, willing to do any sort of work. Of course, after hearing what he wanted me to do, I turned him down. Grail was once a famed general. He was Sir Gawain, one of Dane's 4 riders, and I recognized him at once. There was no chance someone like me would ever be able to stop him. But you took the job anyway. Why did you change your mind? Grail had lost his wife, and his grief was overpowering. To keep anything like that from happening again, he crippled himself. He slashed the tendons in his sword hand so that he could not wield a sword again. I took the job only because he had become someone my skill could handle, and even then he was still far stronger than most men. I don't know what to say. That is Grail's secret, as I know it. I now entrust you to the responsibility of seeing the medallion as it does not fall into the wrong hands. Your sister must keep it. As my father lay dying, he told me to forget everything and live in peace. What did he mean? He didn't want you to lose yourself and go hunting for revenge, I suppose. He was killed much, much sooner than he ever expected to be. So my father's dying wish was for me to protect the medallion? If I can do that, everything will be alright. I believe so. At the very least, that must take precedent over everything else. I understand. Oh, one last thing. What is it? Do you want to hire me? In the event that you go berserk someday. If we make a deal now, you won't have to worry about it anymore. As for payment, I can take it out of the 50,000 you just gave me. What do you say? Please. That's a wise decision. And in that case, I no longer need to conceal my true identity. Huh? If you were actually using Volke throughout the game, you want to make sure he's a pretty high level by the end of this chapter, because this happens. Yep. So, I mentioned how thieves don't class change in this game. Well, that's not entirely true, because Volke is the only one who can. He just has to play by the game's rules, but anyway, assassin. I'm not really a thief. I'm an assassin. From now on, I'll take on any job you've got, no matter how dirty. Father. Mother. Oh, why? Yeah, that was a really heavy story. Yeah, I'll keep going. I got a little bit of time. The kingdom of Dain lies on the northernmost edge of Tellius. Its coastline is bathed in the icy currents of the northern sea, and frigid winds howl inland with terrible ferocity. As a result, Dain winters are raw and brutal. Ice and snow scour the land, leaving frozen scars in their wake. Through these blizzards, General Ike and the Crimean army press ever forward. Begnion's imperial senate may have lent Crimean troops, but even they doubt that the army can successfully fight off Dain. Yet somehow Ike and company defy all odds and capture victory over victory. Afterwards, embracing both Princess Lincia's dream of a liberated Crimea and the tragic history of his parents, Ike marches in grim silence. Chapter 20. Defending Talriga. This can only mean one thing. The enemy knows exactly how we are going to move. With your permission, I'll begin an investigation to see if there's anyone suspicious among the troops. Ike? Ike, are you alright? Oh, yes. Sorry, what is it? Nothing. I was just giving you the standard update. Shall I put it off until later? No, sorry. Can you start over from the beginning? I'll pay attention this time. Understood. Good morning, you two. What's wrong, Ike? You look so sleepy. I've had a lot on my mind. I meant to sleep last night, but I was up thinking. Before I knew it, it was morning. Really? I never thought I'd hear that. Ike didn't sleep because he was thinking. I wonder if Soren will start being polite. Listen, Titania, can I just... Brother, Ike! What's wrong, Mist? What am I going to do, Ike? My medallion's gone. What? It's gone? No! What am I going to do? It was my only memento of my mother. Did you drop it? Or put it somewhere and forget? Something like that? No, I always carry it with me. I would never lose it. I had it before I went to bed last night, and it vanished before I was sleeping. Don't cry. It's not your fault. But... I said don't cry. I'll find it, alright? Alright. Sorry. Are you serious? You are to begin immediately. Yeah, that's a general betraying. If we do this thing, Dain will suffer. It's for the good of the country. Besides, it's only one territory. Stop kneeling like an old woman.
I hear you, and yet, if the goal is really to stop the Crimean army, this is not necessary. The strength of my troops will suffice to...
That last idiot who told me that ended up on a corpse pile. Now listen to me, and listen well. No matter how passionate you are when you tell me to defeat Crimea, I'll never pin my hopes on a bunch of foreigners. All you have to do is stop their forward progress, that's all. My plan will accomplish this.
General Petrie, do you truly think so little of us? It's true that you were born in Begnion and not Dane, but my men have been loyal to this country for 18 years. We have spared no effort to learn all this proper manners and customs of the land. But now, after all that, to be dismissed as a bunch of foreigners?
No one asked how long you lived here. Want to know why? Because no one cares. Certainly not me. Where were you born? Ha! Where were you raised? Ha! This country doesn't need squatters like you. The only people Dane can count on in times of crisis are Danes themselves. Everyone else is just gutter leavings.
So we're useless. Is that what you're saying?
You tell me, migrant. Why is it that your unit, which was trained to be an elite royal guard, is here patrolling this history-fed backwater? The answer is clear to me. How about you? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I offending you? Well, here's your chance to show us your worth. Halt Crimea's advance. If you are as skilled as you claim, you should be able to limit the damage to its bare minimum, should you not? Angry is a good look for you. I look forward to seeing the results of your work. Get going, Outlander.
General Shahara, must we truly go through with this? It's such a horrific act.
It's only recently that the citizens hear about it, even come trust to us.
We have no choice but to obey. It's as the woman says. The only thing we can do is to ensure Crimea is to ensure they're defeated as soon as possible. General, open the floodgates. Do it now!
Well, that can't be good. Ike, just a bit more. Would you mind hearing my report on our last battle? Oh, sure. Go ahead, please. Very well. Look at that money! Goodness me! There were no deaths and no injuries beyond our capabilities to heal. Everyone performed exceedingly well. That is all. With your leave, I will excuse myself. Man, oh man. That was a heck of a lot of exposition. Yoo-hoo! You there, young man. I have business with the general of this army. Would you convey a message? Who are you? Who am I? What kind of low-born greeting is that? My name is Calill, and I'm a first-class mage. And what would a first-class mage want with this army? What's your problem? You look as if you don't believe me. Well, I suppose I can't hold that against you. It's not often you find beauty like this coupled with intelligence like mine, but it's true nonetheless. A mage, huh? Well, I guess you can never find too many mages lying around. Oh, and as a bonus, I'm quite skilled with the knife as well. Beauty, bronze, and brain. Sigh. The goddess has seen fit to put the ability of 3 people into one delectable package. Sounds like favoritism, doesn't it? Hello? Are you listening to me? There's a beautiful woman talking. Yeah, the point is that you want to join the Crimean army, right? How much are you planning to charge? Well, aren't you the little businessman? Let's see, how does free sound? Suspicious. What's the catch? I like my fees to be based on performance. Watch how I do in combat and make me an offer. Depending on what it is, I'll decide whether or not to grace you with my assistance. You're not lacking for confidence, are you? Of course not. I already told you, I'm a first-class mage. Welcome aboard. Alright, you're in. What? Are you allowed to make decisions like that on your own? Perhaps I should speak to the general. I am the general. What? Surprise! Reyson, could you get out here for a moment? What do you need? I've got something I want to ask you about. If I can help, I will. Your ancestors. Forget it. It's nothing. What? Is something wrong? I apologize. Please let it go. It seems like something important has happened, but if you do not want to discuss it, that is your right. However, if this weren't a battlefield, your secret might not be safe. Please take care in the future. What do you mean? We of the Heron clan, if we choose to, we can read the thoughts of others. Seriously? However, this power is only available to us in a calm and peaceful environment. Here, in this desperate maelstrom of chaotic emotion, it avails me not. Energy here is warped and distorted. You know, now that you mention it, Reyson, are you feeling sick? You're so pale that it's hard to tell, but I think your face looks even more wild than usual. Pay it no mind. I'm fine. You've got nothing to prove. Why don't you stay off the battlefield for a while? Ike, I'm fine, I promise. And please, do not give me special treatment. As far as giving you special treatment goes, I don't really have a choice. I promised King Phoenix that I wouldn't push you too hard. If anything were to happen to you, it'd be at war with Dane and the bird clans at the same time. I see. I came to repay my debt, but I'm really just being a burden. That was not my intention. Hold on a moment. Who said anything about you being a burden? I cannot engage in combat, so I'm nothing more than an obstacle in the field. Reyson, no, it's absurd. Don't you understand how useful your abilities are? No one else can do the things that you can. You're irreplaceable. So if you're not feeling well and try to do too much, you may not be there and we really need you. I'm of use to you then? That's what I've been trying to tell you. We depend on you, and that's why I need to make sure you stay healthy. In that case, I wouldn't mind taking a short break. But you can call me anytime. I'll come right away. I got it. Right, I'm running out of time, so... Wow. Things are happening all at once, way too quickly, but it's progress, and it is glorious. See you next time.